I brought over 2 bowls of noodles. The female customer looked disgusted. She warned her son that if he didn't study hard, he'd end up as a waiter like me. But just then, the TV reported that I had topped the National College Entrance Exam. The woman was in disbelief, but I didn't care much about the news, because I had already received offers from 2 top universities. One was Harvard, the other was Peking University. I chose Peking University without hesitation. A foreigner curiously asked why I didn't choose their school. I said it was because I loved my country. I studied to help my nation rise. Looking at the admission letter in my hand, I felt overwhelmed with emotion. But just then, my teacher's daughter called me. She told me he was seriously ill and in the hospital. I rushed there immediately. After asking the doctors in detail, I learned that he had ALS. There was currently no cure. Looking at my unconscious teacher, I remembered how he once found me on the street, taught me how to read and live with dignity, and treated me like his own son, seeing him like this now. I decided to drop out of school and work to pay for his treatment, but when the teacher found out, he immediately scolded me in anger. He said all my years of hard work couldn't go to waste, that I must not ruin my education. He said if I didn't continue studying, I was no longer his student. He was so agitated he coughed up blood on the spot. I told him our family could only afford to send one person to college, so his biological daughter should go instead. But the kind girl gave me the opportunity, saying she'd wait for me to return. The next morning, I bowed deeply to my teacher to say goodbye. I secretly vowed to make something of myself and repay his kindness. Then I set off on my journey of education. 6 years flew by. I hadn't sent a single message during that time. The teacher's condition had gotten worse, but he always worried about me. What he didn't know was, in those 6 years, I had successfully developed a breakthrough drug for ALS. The government rewarded me with $1 billion. Now I had both wealth and honor, and my confidentiality agreement had expired. I knew it was time to return and repay my mentor. Meanwhile, the teacher's daughter saw on TV that a cure for ALS had been found. She was overjoyed. Finally, there was hope for her suffering father. But when she heard that one pill cost 200,000 yuan, she fell into despair again. She had already spent all her savings over the years and couldn't even come up with $2,000. Then she remembered. Today was the teacher appreciation banquet hosted by his former students. Maybe someone would lend her the money out of respect. So she pushed her father's wheelchair and rushed to the event. At the same time, I had also returned home, but just missed running into my teacher. When the girl arrived at the banquet, she was met with disdain. Some mocked her for bringing a half-dead old man. She asked if anyone could lend her money to buy the cure, but everyone claimed they had none. Just then, a waiter announced that the 2 million yuan deluxe meal was ready. The girl was shocked. She questioned why they'd spend that much on food, but wouldn't help save a teacher's life. One rich kid said it was his money, and he had no obligation to help. Then he called security to kick them out. At that tense moment, I finally arrived with a gift in hand. Seeing my mentor being humiliated, I was overwhelmed with emotion. But the girl slapped me across the face. She scolded me for disappearing for 6 years, saying her father's illness had worsened many times, and they had no more money left. The rich guy mocked me too, claiming I must be failed and was too ashamed to come back. Little did they know, I was now someone far beyond their reach, not only worth billions, but also holding the world's first cure for ALS. Just as they continued mocking, I pulled out the miracle drug. Everyone was instantly stunned.